Hey guys, what's up? It's Allison and I am back with my August TBR as I promised you guys. These are basically the to-be-read books that I want to read, and this video is kind of complicated for me because I've bought already 4 of the books that I'm going to read this month that I definitely am going to read, but I usually read about 9 books. That might vary because I might read less books than that because a lot of these books are kind of lengthy. So we'll see what happens. Let's get started. I might not read these books. I might read different books. This is kind of just like a little outline, and I just picked some that I'm excited to get into. So we will see, but I'm just going to talk a little bit about them, and maybe you guys can get some ideas from me. So the first book is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I already read this one. I just finished it yesterday, so I'm not going to give my honest opinions on it, but I will say I did enjoy this book. This book was a 4.25 on Goodreads, so that's pretty good for Goodreads, and it's a YA novel about love and rom-coms is all I'm going to say about it. Haley Pham gave this book like a 5 stars, and she literally raved about this book, so that's why I picked it up, and I was super excited for it. So just came in the mail, just got it, and then I just finished it. Next is Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I am 55 pages into this book. This is the sequel to It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, which follows Piper, which is the other sister, and this one follows Hannah, which is the more tomboyish sister. I think I gave It Happened One Summer a 4.5, and a lot of people seem to like this book better than the other one, so I'm really excited. It's pretty good so far, so you guys will get to see that on my August wrap up, obviously. But on Goodreads, this one is a 4.08, which is pretty good. I think anything higher than like a 4 is like really good, so we will see. Cute cover, and I've liked Tessa Bailey's books so far. I've only read one, but I like them, so we'll see how this one finishes out. Then we have Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score, and this wasn't on my TBR. I've had kind of the same like list of books that I want to read for the last couple months, and I just keep adding on, but I saw this on the buy one get 150 table, and a lot of people have said that this is a good book. It's a 4.31 on Goodreads, which is super good. I think this one's a little bit lengthier. It is like 400 pages. I did read Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score that came out. That was super like popular, and I enjoyed that book, so I'm really excited to read this. I think it's about like a girl YouTube star and a landscaper, so that's basically all I know about this book. I don't really know much, but I'm hoping that I love it. So that's Maggie Moves On. And then the last book I have for my physical copies is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Moss. Oops, sorry. I love the cover on this. This is definitely a very popular book right now, and it's a whole big series. Pretty sure this book is also, it's 415 pages, which this is why I'm not really sure if I'm gonna get through 9 books this month, because I've got 2 400 pagers, and I don't know how that will work out. But this book is a 4.19 on Goodreads, but honestly, I've seen so many people give this series like amazing reviews, and they say that it gets better as the series goes on. I'm not totally sure what this is about. I just know that it's literally a fantasy book with some romance in it. But I did see Destiny Sidwell rave over this book. She said that she's not really into fantasy, like not as much, and she really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to pick it up and read it. So that's it for the physical copies, and now we're going to talk about just some that I haven't bought yet, but we will see. And some of them you have to kind of order on Amazon, so I'm not super sure if I'll get through them, but I just have them on the list anyways because I've been wanting to read them for a while. We have Addicted to You by Krista Ritchie. This book has a whole series with it, and I'm pretty sure it's got a big family element in it, which I like. I've literally seen every single booktuber that I've watched like rave about this series, and I'm super excited about it. It has a 3.85 on Goodreads, which isn't as high as the others, but honestly, I think that it's going to be a really good series. All I know is that it's about a girl who's a sex addict and a guy that is a drug addict or like alcohol. I'm not even very sure, but I know that has a lot of family elements and there's different couples for different books, and that's literally all I know. And I know that the series gets better over time. So we will see if I get into that. I might have to order on Amazon, which might be difficult, but we'll see. The next book I have is the Mind F series by St. Abbey. This has a 4.67 on Goodreads, which I think is literally the highest. It comes in like a book. It's like 5 stories, but it comes into a book that's like combined with all of them. And I'm not sure how many pages it is, but I know that a lot of people like this book. I just saw Destiny said we'll give it like a 2-star, which it kind of sucks, but I know a lot of other people like this book. It's basically about a girl who's a serial killer, and this guy's a detective or something like that, and he's trying to find out who the serial killer is, and it's her, but they get in like an involvement, so she's trying to like, you know, keep it from him, but they also have a romance going. So I'm like really intrigued on that. So we will see if I get to that. I also don't think that one is at Barnes & Noble, but I will check around. Probably gonna have to get that off Amazon though. The next one I have is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. This got a 3.91 stars on Goodreads, and I genuinely think I know not a lot about this book. It's by Tessa Bailey, who did the It Happened One Summer and that Hook, Line, and Sinker book. So we'll see how it is. I've heard good things and I've heard bad things. I'm pretty sure it's about like a bounty hunter, and he helps this girl that moved into her apartment investigate like a murder, and they get a romance. I'm not very sure, to be completely honest, but the cover looks good, and it's kind of like a summary book, so I kind of wanted to finish it in August. Next book, I put No Exit by Taylor Adams. And I haven't seen a lot of people read this book. I know that there's a movie out on it. It has a 4.03 on Goodreads. And I know that it's more of a mystery. I try to incorporate a couple mysteries in just because, you know, you can kind of get, like, I really love romance, but it can kind of get like to be too much if you're reading a bunch of romance. So I like to throw in some mysteries. And I think this is about like 4 people that get stuck in a storm or like a snowstorm or something. They're all at a road stop, and then the main character finds out that there's a little child kidnapped in one of the vehicles, and she has to find out who did it, like who's the kidnapper. So that seemed really interesting to me, and I definitely put it on here. I'm gonna definitely try to get to it, but we will see, because again, a lot of these books are like really lengthy, so I don't know if I'm gonna get to all of them. And the last book that I have on here is The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. This is a book that I know absolutely barely anything about. I just know that it's like a woman's group, and I know that it's called The Hunting Wives. And I'm pretty sure it's a mystery. I'm pretty sure they've all got dark secrets. So I'm kind of interested to see how that's gonna go. It's the 3.50 on Goodreads, and I saw that Haley Pham either was going to read this, like excited to read this, or she's already read it. So that was enough for me, honestly. Once again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get through all these books. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna get close to all these books done. I might even read different books, just depending on what I find at Barnes & Noble. But I just want to make this video because I've seen a lot of people make it, and I'm not sure if I did this video correctly, because a lot of people do their TBRs different. But I just wanted to give everybody some ideas on what I'm reading and like what you could read. If you haven't already, click on my July recap. I just posted that yesterday or the day before, I think. That could give you some ideas too for what to read, because I had a lot of 4- and 5-star reads on that. So if you want to go click on that, I'll leave the link down in my description. And that is about all I have for you today. I'll try to record some more book videos, and I will see you when I see you. All right, goodbye.